We're in today with the HD 6950. This is a 2010 video card with 1408 shaders, 2 GB of VRAM, GDDR5 Hynix, 256 bits bus width, DirectX 11 compatible, running at 810 MHz on the core clock and 1250 on the memory clock. We're gonna pair it up with this Intel i7 7th gen with 4 cores and 8 threads, and we're gonna jump in a couple of games and see how this legendary video card is holding in a couple of games. Let's go. With 1080p on 100% render scale with low details, you get around 80-100 FPS on average. Very interesting performance because the core on the video card is not fully utilized. In this situation, you can actually see that the performance it's quite interesting because it does offer you high-end FPS. I mean, it does offer you good FPS in order to become competitive in this game. So, do I want to complain about this performance on the video card? No, not quite, because it's not that bad. Look at this. Very nice performance overall, and I will say, you know what, it's doing a fantastic job. On the system side, you get to play the game with 9.3 gig of system RAM being utilized. The CPU, it's on 30-35 watts consumption, and I can't complain in this case because it's doing a freaking nice job. Look at this. Awesome performance overall. Let's see on the CPU how it's running. Yes, apparently 30 watts consumption on the cores. On the threads, a couple of threads are reaching maximum, but nothing to complain here. But regardless, on the GPU side, it's actually quite capable of delivering that performance. But in some cases, it's dropping to 12 on minimals, and I don't really appreciate that performance. Not gonna lie, I wish the video card can do more, but do remember this is a 2010 video card, and there's not a lot of complaining here, seriously. But if you jump in Farlight, apparently this game offers you over 200 FPS, 54 on minimals and 170 on 1%. This is a nice performance overall. I like how it's working. 60% load, 60-70% load on the core. Actually see that is working really nice on 1080p with low details. 1.6 gig of VRAM is being utilized here, and I like the performance overall, how it's holding in this game. 57 degrees. You know, it's not being utilized at maximum the core, and I really appreciate this performance. This is the game that I need. This is how I need to play a battle royale. This is how I need to play a game, seriously. Look at this. Very nice performance overall, seriously. Wow, look at that. I actually won the game. In Dota 2, with minimal settings on 1080p, you can actually see that the GPU is doing a fantastic job. 0.6 gig of VRAM utilized in order to deliver this performance. It's using 70% load on the core, 80 FPS on average, 33 on minimals, and 53 on 1%. I will say overall performance is kind of good with this video card on lowest details, on minimals. This is full screen, VSync disabled, everything it's on lowest possible in order to benefit from that video card. Even though it's 2010, it's freaking old. I think it's the same age like the game itself, you know, but doesn't matter. You can actually see that the video card is not maxed out. It's got 60-70% load on the core and only 14-15% on the fan. So the GPU stays quite cool, and now it's kind of quiet. I like this type of performance because this is how it needs to be in order to benefit from a good video card. On the system wise, I got 8.8 gig of system RAM, 50% load on the CPU with less than 30 watts consumption. So I will say the CPU is doing a fantastic job, but in some cases you can actually see the threads from the CPU it's being utilized. So can't really complain in this situation. But in Modern Warfare 3 with maximum details, you get to play on maximum details with this video card. Kind of nice, seriously. Look at this, 90 FPS on maximum. Oh no. That's it. Maximum FPS on in this game with 80-90% load on the core. I mean, the core is mega loaded, so can't complain here. 0.7 gig of VRAM utilized in order to deliver this performance. You can actually see that the temperature is like 52 degrees, but it's utilizing the core. And it's giving me nice minimals and 1%. I will say 70 FPS on 1% and 656 on minimals. It's kind of adequate, seriously. So I love the performance that Modern Warfare 3 it's offering here. It's the GPU, it's a 1 year old compared to this game, so I will say this is a very well balanced game to with the GPU. But if you want to jump in Battlefield 3 with 1080p on low details, you can actually do that and have a lot of fun. Look at this, 80 FPS on average, 35 on minimal, and 72 on 1%. Good FPS, but you need to understand this is low details on 1080p. It's working, but it's on low details. 100% load on the GPU core, actually good. 0.8 gig of VRAM, 56 degrees, but it's on 100% fan speed. So I will say an overall performance, it's kind of good on this, but it's 56 degrees, and I really like the temperature on this video card, seriously. On the system side, 6.4 gig of system RAM utilized to deliver this performance. I will say this is a decent performance, but the CPU it's on 40-50% load, and you need to understand this is an i7 7th gen, you know, so if you want to play this game, apparently it's going to utilize the CPU a little. But in Left 4 Dead with maximum details, you get to play the game quite interesting, seriously. Look at this, nice performance overall. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like it. 100 FPS on average, 44 minimals, 85 on 1%. I mean, it's not utilizing too much performance from this, but the core is on maximum load. This is actually important because it's... Eat my dough. What the f was that? Even though the core is on maximum load, you can actually see that the GPU is holding pretty well, but it's not utilizing the VRAM at maximum, so that is actually a good thing from this video card. The system is only utilizing 5.8 gig of system RAM. Not bad, you know, for this computer, considering it's barely utilizing that CPU. The CPU is not very stressed, considering the temperature here, it's only, what, 50 degrees on the CPU? Yeah, kind of good. Nah, I like the performance, how it's working here. Left 4 Dead is one of those games that actually works on this. But in GTA 5 on 1080p with low normal details, without any upscaling modification, we get nice performance. We got over 60 FPS on average with 23 minimals and 51 on 1%. 1.6 gig of VRAM utilized in order to deliver this performance and maximum core load. The GPU stays on 61 degrees with 100% fan speed. It's very important to not stress the video card because, you know, they are not cheap in order to have them and benchmark them. But in this case, you can actually see that the whole video card is doing a fantastic job overall in this case. You know, is delivering playable FPS, even though the game it's newer than the video card. The video card is way older. So overall, the system is doing a fantastic job, even with this old video card. Doesn't matter. It's a fantastic performance from the video card, and it's a fantastic performance from the CPU. I like the overall performance in the game done by this computer, seriously. But if you want to jump in Counter-Strike 2, apparently, if you put everything on low details with 1080p, the GPU can actually provide nearly 60 FPS. Nearly 60 FPS because the core is maxed out here. Even the VRAM is reaching nearly maximum load, 1.7 gig of VRAM utilized in order to deliver this performance. But even like this, it's still not enough because the minimals is around 11 and 19 on 1%. Fantastic attempt on delivering the performance, but the GPU shows the true color of being from 2010. You know, it's an old video card. What I'm fascinated about is that even though it's an old video card with maximum core load, the GPU stays at 54 degrees on the core with maximum fan speed. I will give that because in this game it's not important apparently if it's maximum load. But if you really want a game that works on this system, Team Fortress is the one because it does work really nice. Look at this. Oh yeah, burn them. It's kind of funny to see. It's working really nice with this. It's low details with 1080p. I'll put it on low details because I want to see how the core is holding, and it's utilizing only 50% load on the video card and 0.4 gig of VRAM. I like this, and it's delivering 200 FPS. So if I want this type of game, I will definitely take it because I'm in this situation. I can activate the monitor in order to have the best performance delivered to my monitor. If you decide to jump in World of Tanks with 1080p with medium details, you will get this. On medium details, this 2010 video card is actually doing a fantastic job, and I'm not going to lie. 1.2 gig of VRAM utilized, maximum core load, 72 degrees though. It's kind of utilized in this situation, and I can't complain because, you know, it looks pretty and it's working really nice, and I like this overall performance. Oh, look at that, look at that. The system is not doing that shabby, 5.5 gig of system RAM utilized. So on the system side, I need less is better. But in this case, this is the best I can get. 46 degrees on the CPU, 25 watts consumption. I mean, the CPU is doing a fantastic job, so can't complain here. This is a very awesome video card considering the age. Not gonna lie, this is one of those video cards that can be used even today with DirectX 11 games versus the HD 6990. If I want to compare this video card with that unique video card that is a dual BGA video card, I will take this video card over that 6990. That video card I have to use how shall I say, special games in order to benefit from that crossfire, and I don't want that, because I do want an old video card like this to run even today, if it's possible, in a couple of games properly. And today I managed to find a couple of games that are really fantastic even today, and I'm fascinated how this video card is working. If you can manage to find a video card like this with DisplayPort or HDMI, you're golden. That's it. There is nothing you can complain about this video card. Aside from that, aside from being old, there's nothing to complain here. This model from Asus is kind of fantastic because it's got a big radiator and gives me the opportunity to run this video card cool. And that's it. I like the video card. If you manage to find one cheap, it's worth it. If not, leave it on the side and yeah, find something newer, more efficient. If you like the video, if you like the benchmark, make sure you drop a like. And if you have any suggestion for the video card or for the system in the future, leave a comment and I'll see you very soon.